won. I think I won by half a millisecond.
No, I think we both kind of started at the same time. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, What's Your Favorite Scary Story?
Welcome back. We missed you. I hope you had a good week. We've had a week.
Yeah,
I want to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Nope.
We're just going to talk about other not great things.
Yeah, as always, my name is Marlene.
I'm Alyssa.
And we appreciate you coming back and listening to our what my favorite scary story is.
Or if you haven't been here, we just appreciate you arriving. Thanks for checking us out. We hope you stick around for a while.
And if you don't stick around for a while, people suck in their own ways. And I think that might be part of yours. So if you stick around and listen to us, congratulations, you're a 1%er. And the most perfect, most valuable type of person there is if you're listening to us right now. And what'll make you even more valuable is just being yourself. But also, if you send us your suggestions to what's your favorite scary story,
4 different topics
at gmail.com, send us your favorite scary story. If you have any suggestions, any stories, any creepypastas,
personal experiences, sports stories passed along to you from other people through the grapevine.
We would love to hear it. We'd love to cover it. We're coming up. We're wrapping up the month with the rest of our, our different take on the podcast.
Right. Yeah. So we would love to cover your suggestions after our wedding.
Yeah. Which we already have a good handful, luckily.
Yeah. So we've got some good stuff to come back to. I didn't want to screw you guys over and not do good research because I just don't have the time right now, as you all know. Or if you
Believe me, she's not going to screw you
didn't
over.
know. Yeah. So I've just been picking some stuff that I thought I could do quicker research on, like with the limited time that I have. And if you forgot, we did mention last week, Marlene is going to take over for the 2 weeks while we're out, and we're going to do some pre-recordings of like some mini episodes that she's going to take care of for me.
Yeah.
So we can have those up for you guys while we're gone. And then when we come back, it'll be our Halloween episode, our first Halloween episode.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about that one. I think I'll pick that one, and then probably the week after that, we'll get back into our suggestions.
Yeah, which the episodes I'm going to be covering, I don't even know what I'm going to be talking to you about. So,
but I can bet you it'll be good.
Whatever it is, don't judge me. I'm here to just cover
our bases while we're out of the country.
Cover our bases, yeah. I just, if you don't mind me rambling, if you like my rambles in the beginning of the podcast, as I have been in the last
8 months,
like 8 months, yeah, like 8-10 episodes maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of that, so I hope you are not annoyed by my nasally, oh my god, all of the above voice.
I mean, if they are, I don't think they'd still be around. So
yeah, and I haven't gotten any hate mail about it.
Even though you've literally asked for it multiple times.
I have asked for it. I'm ready for it, bro. Dude, I'm ready to fight. So send your suggestions and your arguments to
any controversial topics that you want to talk about. I
would love to talk about it. I literally spent almost an hour today talking with my Uber driver about a lot of controversial conspiracies surrounding 9/11 and the world government. So that was
ready.
I'm ready. I'm informed and ready to attack. So I don't know. Is there anything
on that note, a wonderful segue into your not so fun fact, I think. Insert segue.
Not so fun facts with marbles. So this week's episode was inspired by I think 2 weeks ago we finally took a little
Well, so
trip
your
to
fun fact was inspired.
Yeah. Oh, what did I say?
I think you said episode.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
My fun fact.
Yeah.
My fun fact was inspired by this little like side quest, I guess you can call it, that we took to Percy Priest Lake, which we were very close to.
Mm-hmm.
And
not saying which side, so you can't find us.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I wasn't gonna get that close, but we took a little segue to Percy Priest Lake because it was just on our way to the something, and I saw a sign that said the number of deaths that have been there, and I thought that was very interesting because I've never heard of any deaths. Of course, I mean, it's a body of water, people die, and unfortunately and unsurprisingly,
right.
And the number I saw was 181 people, and 4 of them were only wearing life jackets. So then I was like, what is causing people
like only 4 of them were wearing life jackets?
Only 181. Only 4 of those people were wearing life jackets. The rest of them were just kind of
freeballing
bodies. Yeah, so that's why I was like, okay, so what is killing these people? Because that's a lot of bodies, and that's so little people with life vests. Are these people trying to? So I found out that these lakes around Tennessee usually have extreme drop-offs, or it has normal Tennessean landscaping, but it's flooded, and a lot of these lake floors go over 100 feet deep. So people jump into these lakes without realizing the wakes that boats cause. And they just kind of get submerged from these wakes underwater. And because they don't know how to swim, they don't know how to. And half of these people, I'm pretty sure a majority of them are drunk.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a party. It seems like it's a party kind of lake.
It's like, recreational.
Yeah. Which technically, even if you are driving a boat, you shouldn't be drinking and driving.
Yeah, it's a vehicle.
Yeah. So, that's also like a really big reason why people are operating these things and intoxicated and jumping into the water, which I can't imagine is obviously it's not safe, like being behind a wheel of anything is not safe. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And if you have, I'm not judging you. Let's do better. No one's innocent here. And so yeah, I just found the numbers of this, and I was just like really like taken back because the latest death was about a week or 2 ago. On I guess it's almost a month now. It was September 11th was the last death at Percy Priest.
About 3 weeks or so.
3 weeks, and I just remember it because on that September 13th, Friday the 13th, the best friend of that man that passed away was like talking about him on the news and how like devastated he was. And Percy Priest Lake is like known for like boating and fishing and like the swimming scene, and it's like the end of the season. But like if you can't swim, don't try to swim,
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, me as a person that I literally cannot swim to save my life, I feel like even intoxicated, I know not to jump into a body of water.
Yeah.
But the pool isn't the same as a lake.
No.
Like the lake is, it's a whole different thing. So as I was like researching these things about Percy Priest Lake and its deaths, I also found out this very interesting fact that there are sunken towns underneath a lot of Tennessee lakes. And one of them happens to be Percy Priest Lake, where there's an old town that was considered Couchville, which is a whole different they totally moved that town. So anyone from Tennessee, you tell them Couchville, they're like, oh yeah, you just take this, and you'll get there, kind of thing. But it's also hiding underneath Percy Priest Lake.
Wild.
And it was relocated in the 60s as a part of a project for the lake because they had to make a reservoir for Nashville. And yeah, it was I believe it's like located now east of Nashville, but like just take that as a grain of salt because I really don't know.
It's like so sad and devastating, but all I can think of is Patrick and SpongeBob, where he's like, why don't we just pick up Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the lakes in Tennessee, I found out, have a lot of have a underwater town, and I don't know, maybe I'll make that like a part 2 of my of my
mini episodes.
Yeah. And because of all of this these drownings and the underwater towns in these lakes here in Tennessee, it reminded me of this. I guess it's considered a creepypasta, and I don't know if you've ever heard about it. It's called SCP, TikTok, I guess, and it's supposed to be like this.
Does it like stand for something?
I can't tell you what it means. It's just kind of a public service announcement that I've seen of this like grainy footage with a small lake, like a waterfall cascading into a lake, and like the video loops, and it starts off with, "You do not recognize the bodies in the water." And it's just this public service announcement of how like it's this test that's going on, and you're going to think that you recognize the floating bodies in the water, but you don't. So remember, when you're watching this video, you do not recognize the bodies in the water. And it's just like this creepy video, and it's just warning you, you don't recognize the bodies in the water.
Like this is a new like video from The Ring or something, and then we're gonna get a phone call.
So it's supposed to be like an anomalous sensory phenomenon where it causes people to like that are passing by the lake to hallucinate images of the people they know drowning in the lake, which makes them run into the body of water because they think that they're trying to save someone they recognize, but then they just end up drowning in it. And yeah, so the video goes on and it says that, like 65% of the Earth's water supply, and that the viewer shouldn't remain indoors until the situation is contained because this is like killing off people. And it looks like it's something from like back in the old days, where I just imagine someone sitting on a chair in the dark room with a staticky TV and like them tied up to this chair, and like it's like trying to like hypnotize them into realizing it's not real. You're going crazy, kind of thing. And it just ends with it saying it's essential you remember at all times that you do not recognize the bodies in the water. And it just cuts off at that. And it's like the creepiest like video where I didn't even know if it was real or not. Like I was like I was like creeped out.
Why you find these things, babe? Damn.
But it's a creepypasta. Right. It's not real.
Right.
But I was like, I need to stop scrolling.
Yeah, you just always need to stop scrolling. But
yeah, but that's why you find the cool things,
Yeah, if you do ever want to try and go back and revisit all those underwater towns with like the lakes and stuff for your episode, like I encourage it because you had told me about this recently, and so I tried to like look into Percy Priest Lake for the episode, but I couldn't really like find much on like any, about any spookiness.
It's just kind of more sad,
of course, right? But it did inspire me, so I am going to be covering another lake today.
Okay.
Have you heard of Lake Lanier?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So I'm doing Lake Lanier.
Oh, you know what? It probably sounds like something Rainier, Mount Rainier.
Oh, maybe.
That's probably why it sounds familiar. But
well,
if it doesn't have a dormant volcano, then no, I do not know what.
It does not at least to my knowledge.
Yeah, no, then I don't know Lake Rainier. Nate Lanier.
So
Renee
Zellweger? Where are you going to go from there?
I don't know.
Yeah. So Lake Lanier is a man-made lake, but before it was built, the land where it now lays was home to the thriving community of Oscarville.
What?
So Oscarville was about 35 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia, and in the early 20th century, it was primarily a black community with about 250 families. The town's culture and economy was pretty much defined by its farmland and local businesses. But unfortunately, it had its share of tragedies. In 1912, there was an abundance of racial violence, including the wrongful conviction and lynching of young black people, which in turn caused the forced expulsion of pretty much all black residents from Forsyth County, which for those of you who don't know, Forsyth County is known as pretty much like the whitest and kind of like the most racist town in America.
I think it's pronounced Forsyth.
I've heard Forsyth, but
yeah?
Either way, Oprah went there and did a whole like special on it.
Well, Oprah's a whole different, she's on a whole different shit list.
No, I know. I'm just saying like that's how like big it was that this county was.
If you're listening
like
to
that.
this podcast and you think Oprah is like the fucking gateway drug to, you know, the open-mindedness of, you know, colored TV, like, you are absolutely wrong, and Oprah is a part of the problem, and we do not stand Oprah on this podcast. Thank you very much. Good night. Send your suggestions to what's your favorite scary.
We just got started.
Okay.
I was just using her as an example of like how.
And I have
how
to
much
remind
of a problem
you, if you're listening
it
to
was.
this, we all not stand Oprah, and do your research if you think otherwise. Thank you very much. Send your suggestions. Sorry.
So things got worse in 1946 when Congress approved plans to build a lake right on top of Oscarville.
Oh, great.
Yep, just like Couchville.
Yep.
It's always a ville.
As the French would say.
Ville. You
Just
gotta have the
vie.
phlegm in there.
No, you don't.
So there was a budget of $45 million for this project. That's a lot of money, right? I wish I had $45 million.
Money, yeah.
56% was spent on design and construction, and 44% went towards buying the land and relocating the families.
Wow.
So the intent of this lake was to serve as a hydroelectric power source, and the cats are at it again. It was to provide water for Atlanta and operate as a flood control mechanism for the regionan.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So there was like a reason behind it.
Right.
Still, we don't have to just like force people out of their homes. Like, come on.
Well, that's how they start. They just, I mean, they don't see any value in people of low income staying where they're at, and they just make the biggest, newest thing and force people out of. And that's why I always talk about redlining, because that is literally what they do in all the cities, and they separate the poor from the rich. And the less trees there are, the poorer the community is. So that's true. That's factual. That's real. And
it's not so much of a fun fact.
Double check who you're voting in, because you have the power.
But yeah, the government had to buy 56,000 acres of private land in which the residents had like pretty much no say in. So very sad. So yeah, Oscarville was pretty much just erased. Over 1,000 people, multiple thriving businesses, and even cemeteries were all displaced.
Wow.
And on August 1st, 1958, Lake Lanier was officially completed. So, we're obviously not just talking about this place because of its tragic origin story. We're here to talk about the supposed haunting of Lake Lanier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was like trying to go for Percy Priest, but there wasn't really much out there that I could find that they wanted me to see,
Not
I guess.
yet,
so.
because we are yet to investigate Percy Priest.
Right,
So.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
We will coin its hauntedness ourselves.
We'll see.
So, there is a lot to this lake. Like, this is a very abridged version. Like, I could have gone deeper and deeper, but I'm tired. But the most popular legend is that of the ghost of a woman who roams the lake in a flowing blue dress.
Oh,
I feel like we haven't had a blue dress yet.
Yeah, not a blue dress lady.
I love the variety.
Okay, my favorite color is blue.
Oh, there you go. I'm sure you'd love her.
Right.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Wow, you love her.
I got, like, all jealous of her Sims girlfriend.
Yes. I'm like, well, what else? That's how Sims goes.
And then and she was out. She was like, "I want to show you my
Sims
my
life.
Sims life that I showed." And I was like, "Oh, so you want to like rub your new girlfriend in my face? Okay, I see how it is."
Yeah, no, it's not like that at all. And it's just you just can't win with this girl. Like, she's just.
I just love you so
Yes,
much.
I love you too. I'm very open with my Sims life with you.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
I'm very open with my everything life and my
Yeah.
Sims life with you. You know this.
I know this.
Yes.
Anyways, I don't want to get jealous again. Let's get back to the story. So yeah, lady in a blue dress that Marlene's in love with,
Right.
and then,
Oh,
but that's not all. Swimmers will feel mysterious arms reach up at them from below the water.
Alyssa would throw hands. I'm just saying that right now. Like,
You think I would throw hands?
Yo, let me just mention something really quickly with this. Was it Sims no, I was playing Wheel of Fortune. And the NPC next to me, literally the computer next to me that was standing right next to me in the wheel thing of fortune, it winked at my character, my avatar, and Alyssa fumed. That bitch winked at you. Did she just wink at you? And I'm like, baby, I don't know. Like, I guess. I didn't even notice it. She just winked at you. I'm like, oh, jeez, I guess. Jeez. And I would like an angel shot, please. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Oh, so swimmers will reach up at you from below the water. So, look out
That's
for
scary.
reaching arms. Yeah, that's really scary.
Because then you feel a hand around your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that.
People will often hear what is described as angry voices. So not only is this place thought to be haunted, it also seems to be kind of cursed. Since the lake was built, it has seen about 700 deaths.
Wow.
Many of which are strange, unexplained, and unsolved. And about 200 of those deaths have occurred since just 1994.
Wow.
And it was built in the 50s. And at least 27 of those 200 people have never been found.
What?
Yeah. Just never been found. It was a man-made,
yeah, so it doesn't lead to
border.
anything.
Yeah. So there are some factors that could contribute to these happenings. This lake was not designed to be used as a recreational lake, but it is, of course, because, of course, corporate greed.
Right.
They're going to make all the money they can off it. I think it makes $5 million a year or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, due to where the lake was built, there are some concrete buildings, cars, parts of bridges, and other debris in the deepest parts of the lake. But the engineers assured the lakegoers that this would not be an issue. But now the water is receding and accidents keep happening, which then adds to the debris in the lake.
Right.
There have been over 500 boating accidents, including incidents of boats mysteriously going up in flames.
What?
Lake Lanier is said to be the most dangerous underwater surface in the United States.
Wow.
And then in droughts, the lake floor can start to become exposed, and ferry boats, cars, debris, and bodies all will get closer to the surface.
What the heck?
The lake floor is said to be very chaotic and unpredictable, kind of like what you were talking about with the ones here in Tennessee. 1 second you could be shoulder deep, and your next step could be a 30-foot drop.
Yeah.
It also makes looking for bodies that much more difficult, which, I mean, I guess maybe contributes to why some people haven't been found, but, like, ever.
Right.
Like, I feel like eventually we gotta come across them.
What city? What state is this in again?
Georgia.
Yeah, it's because a lot of the land over here, it's not like back home, like where it's kind of predictable. Like, the city alone. Like, I feel like back at home in LA, like if it rains in central Los Angeles, it's gonna rain in East Los Angeles.
Right.
You know, whereas in Nashville, the terrain is so dramatic that the news person can say, oh yeah, it's gonna rain today and it's a high of 82. Well, yeah, it's because that's where they're at the studio. But you travel 10 miles east, and it's you're already like on a mountain kind of thing. Right. Like, the terrain is so different here. It doesn't rain.
Yeah, like sometimes even I'll look at my phone and I'll go to the My Location tab, and it'll say raining, and it's not.
Yeah, the weather here, because of the terrain,
wild.
It's unpredictable. Like, I do not believe the weather here because of that, but that's how the lake floors are here in Tennessee. So that's why you can go from something from knee level to like 20 feet. Like,
it's scary.
It's so scary. That's why it's like, okay.
That's why wear your life jackets, folks.
Yeah, but even then, the people that were wearing life jackets still passed away.
Like, what happened to them?
And then, so at that point, it really is.
I guess, I mean, the boating accidents.
It's waves. It's the waves that the boats cause, because it drags people down under.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not all necessarily just from drowning. Like, if a boat crashes into a boat, people could be killed just from that, you know?
Right, but the incident isn't recognizing a boat crash. It's just saying the people.
Well, these are.
Right. Well, the ones I'm referring to at Percy Priest.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would say.
Got it.
Yeah, these people died from a boat crash, but it doesn't say that.
I see.
And I mean, it's on the news. You can find the news footage on YouTube.
I just was talking about, like, Lake Lanier. So.
Right. Okay.
So, back to the hauntings. So, remember, our lovely, beautiful, gorgeous woman in a blue dress that we mentioned?
Wow. Oh, now you think she's gorgeous.
Well, in 1958, two friends, Delia Mae Parker Young and Susie Roberts.
Oh, wow. Who's Susie Roberts?
I'm about to tell you. They were two friends, and they were driving across the Lake Lanier Bridge when Susie lost control of the car and drove off the bridge.
Dang.
The women in their car disappeared to the bottom of the lake. 31 years later, the car and a body were found.
Wow.
And then about another year later, another body was found. That one was missing both hands and 2 toes, and they couldn't identify it as either Susie or Delia. But Susie had been wearing a blue dress the night of the accident, and as I mentioned, people report seeing a ghost in a blue dress, and that ghost is missing her hands.
What?
People also will see a shadow figure sitting on a raft with a pole to move himself around in the water and a lantern to see. There are the angry sounds and the phantom arms that I mentioned. And I mean, just like, think about it. Not only all of the people that lost their lives on the lake, like the 700 people, but all the bad energy from like the residents losing their homes and being relocated and their livelihoods, and then like all the racism that went on there, and then like all of the graves that were displaced.
Right.
Like the place is just asking to be haunted.
Yeah.
Like there's just all kinds of gross, bad energy crazy. Going on there.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
But yeah, that was Lake Lanier. A little insight to it.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never, thank you. You inspired me. Oh, wait, I have to clap too.
Nope. Yeah, there you go. There.
It all seems the same to me. She has to give me clapping lessons.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. It was, I could have done so much more of a long episode on that. I'm sorry if you know the story and we're disappointed, but it's crunch time, man. Literally
crunch time, yeah.
A week and a half until we get married.
Yeah.
And I'm mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually drained and exhausted and just ready to be on our honeymoon, honestly.
Yeah, I just want it. I mean, I just want it to be our wedding day, and for us to finally enjoy what we've been working towards.
All of this crap, everything that went wrong.
I'm just ready to see everybody I love and just celebrate. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this. We truly appreciate it if you're listening.
Keep sending in the suggestions. Even if you've already sent us in some, we want all the suggestions. I don't know how many times we have to say it, you guys, but we're going to keep saying it. And we know you know that.
Yes.
We're just going to keep reiterating it.
I just want to address something that we haven't addressed in a while. We have our ideas, and we're working on the things that we've said we've been trying to work on, like merge. And like we have another idea floating around that I've already like sketched up some things.
Yeah.
So we're still like dedicated to this. It's just
the wedding literally just overtook everything, and then not to mention like the move. We moved like across the country, got new jobs, started whole new lives. So I think once all of the crazy things are over with and we're just finally settled here, like with a routine and nothing crazy going on, we'll be able to give that our full attention.
Yeah, so. That's why I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I cannot cater to anybody right now. Like I'm just focusing on myself, and it is what it is. And if you get it, then you get it. If you don't, then that's your problem. Yeah. I'm sorry for sounding so cold, but like I'm literally we're handling so freaking much. Like that's why when I mean thank you for sticking around and listening, I truly like appreciate it because
it makes like all of the extra work that we're doing that technically we don't have to be doing. Like it makes it worth it and makes us keep going.
Yeah, and we honestly we're doing this for fun, so it's kind of like a little breather that we're taking for doing this podcast, and
just the fact out of like real life for a minute.
Yeah, just the fact that you're joining in with us and listening and just having fun with us, that's what I appreciate. It's like it doesn't go beyond that. So I just thanks, and I hope like you get the same happiness that we get in whatever you love to do. I appreciate it. And what do you have anything?
No, I think Binks is just really upset that Arlo's on his windowsill.
Arlo got up there? What?
Yeah, he's a grown boy.
He is growing. Look at him. He's so cute. I love my pink nose boy. He's so cute. Anyway.
Thanks for listening, you guys. I know we've said it a million times, but babe, where can they send their suggestions?
You can send your suggestions to whatsyourfavoritescarystory@gmail.com, or...
She's pointing at me vigorously. You can also DM us on what? I got too into it. I'm sorry. DM us on Instagram, please. And our page is What's Your Favorite Scary Story?
You can send us your hate mail, your love mail, your...
anything. Gossip you have about anything. We love gossip if it's not about us. And drama. Give us all the drama and tea.
Give us all the drama and tea,
we'll
please.
Listen.
Especially if it's scorching hot.
I like room temperature.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk, send us your DM. We're here to listen 24/7.
Well, we need
sort of.
sleep.
Yeah.
It's open 24/7. When we get back to you is a different story.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
we
meant.
love you. We appreciate you. We see you, even though we can't actually see you. And you're the best. Thanks for listening.
And stay
spooky.
Shoo!
Ookie. Aww. What do I do? Monitor on?
Yeah.
We just ended so wonderfully, and then
I'm pretty sure it did record it.
Our
It
monitor
looks like everything
got funky. Well, if you didn't hear it, remember to stay